Hello everyone, Comrade Snake here, bringing you an unboxing of the new GMT solitaire game, Mr. President, the American Presidency, 2001 to 2020. Game designed by Gene Billingsley. Billingsley. I apologize, Gene, if you see this. Billingsley. Yeah, that's it. Pretty sure. Anyway, so this is a solitaire game coming out from GMT about being the president of the United States in the modern era, as you can tell by the subtitle there. New release. I had pre-ordered this, so I'm very excited to get this because I like solitaire games. And usually I would do this on my gaming table, but because that's currently being occupied by War and Peace, as you can see from my last video, I'm going to do this on the rug, which is not ideal for me, but that's all right. So this is a very thick box, as you can see. Big box. It's very heavy. It's about 10 pounds, I believe, was the packing weight. Take a look at the back here. You can see the whole detail. You can pause and read it if you want, or go look it up by yourself. As you can see here, we got complexity rating of 5. Solitaire suitability is maximum because it is a solitaire game. A list of components and everything. So let's give this a look. So I already took off the plastic wrap, and let's take a look and see what we got in this ginormous box. Okay, big box. All right, looks like we have here to my successor. Congratulations on your election. Okay, so nice. A little note thing here, as if you just got the letter from the previous president, giving you a nice welcome. And we have a turn sequence flip book, bound. Looks like, let's see, full color. What is this? Oh, I kind of went one page in there. Okay, here we go. Welcome to your new term as president. Turn sequence outline, anatomy of a turn. So here's a whole thing to explain step by step everything that's going on. Very nice. Perform this. So you got everything you got going on: war progress, final activation, chit draws, end of turn cleanup. So you got a whole booklet going in very minute detail about exactly how to play the game. That seems very nice. Let's see, we got, okay, now we have a how to play book. So this looks like this is a more broad, general kind of outline, it looks like. Yeah, just kind of a quick reminder. It's not nearly as detailed, but if you get the general gist of how the game plays. Governing manual. I assume this is the rule book. Proper? Yes. Table of contents. Also, once again, full color. Nice print, not glossy. I prefer it when it's not glossy. So this gives you a whole detailed list of everything going on. Legislation passing, past legislation, Greater Society Initiative, Supreme Court Justice. Yeah, so you get everything you want going on here. So the whole breakdown of the rules. What do we got? How many pages? 47 pages. Nice. Okay. And then you got the index on the back. Excellent. Domestic charts. Okay. So these are charts for different die rolls and how to do things. So cabinet improvement table and, oh wow, yeah, okay, so we got a lot going on here. Domestic crisis event table. Gun violence, social unrest and riots, political gridlock, growth of domestic terrorism, domestic terror events. So you got a whole bunch, okay, all kinds of domestic terror. Oh, that's it, okay. So you have terror. That'll get you location and severity. So, okay, a roll for location. So major cities, and then severity. So you can get up to a, oh wow. So it looks like there's, is this like a, I'm curious, is this a, there must be a special rule for how you get the W&D attack, which is apparently an auto loss, so it can hit, it looks like it can only hit New York or Washington DC though, so that's an auto loss. But there's a lot of, yeah, it looks like you're getting losing a lot of public approval and other things going on there. Interesting. Okay, domestic raid. assassination attempt. Oh my gosh. All kinds of things going on here. Wow. You can, yeah, so you can be assassinated. It's interesting. I have looked a little bit about how the game plays and some broad overviews, but I'm not familiar with like really specific stuff like that. So this is all new to me. Very interesting. World charts. Let's see. Regional summit. Take that. Summits, security, economic, global issues, UN actions, U.S. initiated sanctions, trade agreements. What is the raids? You get everything. There's so much detail here. Civil wars and brokering peace, strength tables, odds for fighting, enhanced. So much going on. So much going on. War combat table, China buildup, technological leap, and Black Swan. That's funny. I didn't expect to see a Black Swan event reference, but that's an interesting idea. You can look up what a Black Swan event is, and there I'm not going to explain. But interesting. Ally and rogue states. Okay. NATO unilateral action. ROC unilateral action. Republic of Korea, Iran, U.S., Japan, North Korea, joint actions. Unilateral actions. Okay, so North Korea actions. You have Australia, India, and rogue. Let's just generic rogue state action. So that's because I know that's a marker. You can get rogue states in different regions. So that's a more generic one. Interesting. Well, okay, so they got all that stuff. Okay, what do we got here? World Peer, Russia acts. So these are things Russia can do. Okay, and they got like they have a flow chart for what they're going to do, and then roles for what they're going to try to do and everything. Okay, yeah. So of course, Russia and China are the two main rivals, and I can see the Chinese booklet appearing over here. So we have China's acts, what they can do. They have different postures depending on what they do. Cyber attacks, one belt, one road. Build military base, expand China, expand influence. So they have all preparing for war. Yes, they have all kind of different things. So potential China-Japan war. That's pretty nuts that you can actually get that kind of stuff on here. Summit table, in case for stuff you're saying. That's China summit. Yeah. So that's when you choose the China summit action as a diplomatic or presidential action. Yeah, so you can, depending on your relationship levels, you get different things here, and then you can roll and try to get different things going on. Improve relations, remove sanctions. What China demands and offers is I see. So, yeah, so depending on what they get, I see. So you can, what they will offer in returns. China offers to limit island building, so place a -1 AP counter on China. So yeah, so you can try to wrangle concessions from them. It looks like it's tough, but you can try to do that and get different things happening. That's cool. Let's see. Presidential briefs, example of play, and design notes. I definitely want to read those designer notes at some point, because that's going to be really cool. If we're going to take a look at all the board and everything, that's kind of showing up there. Oh man, monitor conflicts. There's so much going on in this game. It's crazy. Counter manifest. Okay, so we have some just housekeeping stuff. And then it looks like we have the, bump the tripod there. So then, yep, maybe just have his big old design notes. Definitely give those a read through. Scenario booklet. So let's see how many scenarios we have. Looks like we have, so we have the core, which is the sandbox scenario with different difficulty settings, and then you have a second term, not sure what that one is, and then various historical scenarios. So the meat of the game is the sandbox. So you have different difficulty levels. I've seen that, and it's just kind of a highly randomized version of playing the game and just dealing with various different crises what's going on. You got all that going on. It tells you how to set everything up. I believe it basically starts, if I remember right, basically with the Taliban in Afghanistan already, I think, and most other things are just kind of middle of the road, telling you how to construct the crisis deck. Oh yeah, okay, so then there's, second term is just special rules, so if you just want to keep playing basically as if you won a second term, and you're going to keep going from where you left off at the end of the regular scenario. All right, historical scenarios, so we have some different setup rules and how things go, and probably different victory conditions. So scenario 1 is basically Bush 2001 after 9/11. It's kind of, I guess, the gist there from looking at it. Scenario 2 is Bush second term. Yes, these are all just going to be, so the next one's going to be probably Obama 1 and 2. Yeah, so Obama first term, Obama second term-ish. Yeah, kind of. It's like, it's a little bit looser, but yeah. And then Trump. And then scenario 2020, and then basically effectively Biden. But this looks like it was written before. Yeah, before it was known. Maybe this might have been done either before it was known who would win, or who won rather, or just kind of giving it to, doesn't really matter who, which is just the setup for 2020, and you can go from there. Anyway, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. A lot of different variety there. That's good. Oh, now we get to the counters. Oh boy. Okay. There is a lot. Wow. 5 counter sheets. They're not super dense, but they're all. This is very nice for like high quality stuff where you have each one kind of individualized in their own little box, and they're already like pre-rounded. That's high quality. GMT put a lot of effort into this one, clearly. That's really nice. So we got regional crisis, stability markers, alignment markers, footprint, some generic counters, numbered for whatever. India, Israel at war, US at war, and the flip side has various other things on it. Okay, that's cool. Oh, terror groups, and I believe that's their like strength level, 1 to 3. Maybe it goes higher. Maybe it goes up to 4. It looks like. Russian and Chinese influence. These are your cabinet ministers, and there are cabinet ministers here. Read some of them, and then we have, excuse me. These are, I believe, the allies and oppositions in Congress, and they have their own traits as well, and they have their own whole different thing going on there. That affects how you can pass legislation. And we got scandals, strategic capability marker, and that's one of the relative strength markers. So they have all these different markers for keeping track of everything in the game. Special forces, different military forces, special forces, like light units, heavy units, carriers, Air Force. I believe that's like kind of their military value and what certain things happen in regions depending on what you have. Tension markers, so you gotta keep track of tension in various regions between countries. Civil war markers, conflict status, so if there is war, what's going on, I believe that's what that keeps track of. What stage it is, who's winning, kind of. Congressional bipartisan cooperation, lingering domestication. So you have all these markers for showing off for tracking things on the chart. Economy improving, economy worsening. So you have all these different things going on here. That's pretty cool. Domestic master actions. So you have a whole chart of everything you can do domestically for your domestic actions. Presidential actions, showing off everything there. Nice presidential trip, improve relations with allies in the West, UN speech. Military actions, everything you can do from arms sales to terror raids, deploying forces, go to war, make a site, you got everything. Diplomatic master actions, crisis relief, make a trade agreement, de-escalate, summit with Russia, China, impose sanctions, broker and offer peace. You got all kinds of going on. Oh boy. Okay, now we're starting to get into some. So these are like for tracking conflicts and wars. Terror group holding area, tension markers. Okay, so now we've got to get everything. Okay, I'm going to get these boards kind of lined up and set up, and I'm going to cut back to it once I get that kind of laid out on the rug with a better view. So give me a quick cut here. Okay, I am back. I've laid the two boards out. They're a little bit sticking up, but you'll get the idea. And even fitting all of them in here is actually a little difficult. But there are two boards that go together here. So we have this side is the domestic board, and that side is the foreign policy board. So let's take a quick look at the domestic first. It's a little smaller. You'll get the idea. So we have here crisis deck. So that we have cards that go in there to trigger crises over the years. There's also a 3 deck of cards below. I'm not going to open them right now, but they have various things on there. So here's an example of a crisis card or an event card. Cascading event, yeah, that go in the crisis deck. Some of these exceptional White House resources. Your chief of staff is amazing. That's a different thing. That's on the domestic side. But yeah, you have these events cards, and depending on when they trigger, and you can have cascading events that can potentially come up multiple times. So we have here cyber theft of sensitive info. So you can get that potentially multiple times in different years during your presidency. We have strategic capabilities. So that's going to kind of can slide back and forth depending on how good you are, and that also has. Well, I don't know if I don't actually know if it slides back and forth. It might only go one way, but it's in relation to China and Russia, where your capabilities are to them. If you're on par, behind, ahead, etc. We have Congress over here. So you have a congressional level of cooperation going from contentious to cooperative, and the number there is how many bills you can try to pass at that turn, and your legislative major pieces of legislation. And you have congressional friends, congressional opponents, which I kind of showed those chits earlier, so those can go over there. There's also a thing here for split party control. I don't know what that means in game terms, but that's a thing. You have pending bills, opposition and support, etc., trying to get those passed. Unused bills, something like that. You can call them things. I believe if a bill fails to pass, you can't try again, but I could be wrong about that. And then right below that, we actually have the conflict tracks here of various wars going on. And I know some of these, for instance, Russia-NATO war is an automatic loss if that happens, but there might be a couple others on maybe China-Japan's like that, I'm not sure. But I know for sure that that's an automatic loss, but you got the Koreas, Israel and Iran, etc. And so that's how everything can affect where it goes, and also who is stronger in each of these fights. So that's a little overview. Oh, and the state of the economy, plus your relations with the United Nations, Congress, media, and your homeland security competency, basically. Let me move that up a little bit so you can see the whole track. Sorry about that. So you can see all that. So that's pretty cool. So that is the domestic side. And then over on the international side, well, I guess the war tracks are kind of international, but they're on the domestic side. So here we have a little bit more, but the middle section here is kind of your presidential capabilities. So you have your cabinet offices, your presidential attributes. These are spots for exceptional White House resources, like that one we kind of showed for a second, which was the having a great chief of staff. So you get some things there that can help you. You also have the public's priorities for legislation and your administrative priorities for legislation, plus a campaign promise. So you can promise to enact a bill about whatever issue, and you can be penalized if you don't get that by the end of the game. And then we have various tables to roll for cabinet drama, cabinet improvement, trying to get all of these kind of resolved, improve your cabinet's ability to administrate, basically, to carry out your will. And you have cabinet effectiveness, I'm going to move up a little bit. Cabinet effectiveness, so how well they can do their jobs, party relations, etc. A scandal table, so you can roll for when scandals happen. And then below that, we actually have the turn sequence. So this turn sequence starts here, goes through all these, and then you actually just go like a snake tail. You go up to here, down S, and then it just keeps going. I guess it's not really snake tail. Snake tail would be like that, I guess. But you just, or maybe it is. No, it's not. No. You just keep going up and down. Or rather, yeah, up and then back down, like columns, I think. I'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Oh yeah. Start at the top left, U.S. specialization, functions in column top to bottom, then move to the next column, right? Yeah. So you're just going whoop, 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 whoop. So it's a lot of things that happen in any given turn. A lot of things, including your own actions, plus all the other random things that can happen. Then over here we have the various regions of the world. And there's all kinds of markers that go on those, and around here and inside. You have tensions markers with Iran and things with Israeli relationship and the Gulf states and Saudi Arabia. All these special things in kind of these areas, like you have the state of the Eurozone economy over here. You got all manner of things going on in all of these different regions, and there's huge amounts of markers that can be put in there dealing with all of these things. So you and then you have ocean spaces, so you can put fleets and carriers in there that can lend support to any of the regions they're adjacent to. So there's all kinds of things going on these charts, and it's where all of your foreign policy actions kind of take place over here. And then down here we have the presidential, you have your action point tracker right here, legacy points, which are basically your victory points for the game. And then you have your public approval rating, which is also important for your victory points at the end of the game, and how much it's worth. How approved you are matters a lot for your final victory. And like I said, came with some decks of cards and a couple dice, but that was the bottom of the box. So huge game, lots of stuff, so much going on, all those books and everything. Just massive solitaire game. I'm very excited. When I finish up War and Peace, I'll probably play this. I don't know if I'm going to play this and film this, because this is just a lot, and it would be a pain, to be honest, but definitely one I'm going to play on my own time at the very least, and be a lot of fun. So thanks for coming to the channel and checking out the unboxing of Mr. President by GMT Games, and if it looks like something you like, you should go pick it up. Anyway, have a good day, and thanks for watching.